Protesters at the University of Tennessee set out yesterday in opposition to a white nationalist organization on campus, but the protests quickly devolved into anti-police rhetoric.
Hey cops! Hey fascists, get the off our campus! Hey cops! Hey fascists, get the off our campus! Hey cops! Hey fascists, get the off our campus!
So why did they turn so quickly on those people there? Leslie King is a correspondent for campusreform.org and student at the University of Tennessee. What happened that really devolved into chaos quickly?
Well, hi there. Thank you so much for having me. And basically, let me start out by saying I do not agree with what this organization stands for. I do not agree with what Matthew Heimbach had to say. But I will say that our chancellor at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Chancellor Davenport, did an excellent job. She understood that this group did have a right to speak on a public university. However, she took the necessary to bring in law enforcement officers to protect students as well as everyone on campus.
So, Lexie, let me back up just 1 second so our viewers understand. This guy, Heimbach, very associated with the alt-right. He's been sympathetic to the views of Adolf Hitler. And this group that was protesting obviously does not want that on their campus. But what isn't clear is while the group was chanting, and I watched all the video against, in the early part of the evening, against Nazis and fascists, it eventually turned into just a rally against cops who play no part in the story except for the fact that they're there to protect the group's First Amendment rights.
Yes. So over at Campus Reform, at Leadership Institute's Campus Reform, we have to deal with these cases a lot. We have to deal with left-leaning students who don't understand why cops are on campus. Cops are on campus to protect students because, unfortunately, we use phrases like white supremacy and neo-Nazi to describe people like this presidency who aren't white supremacists and who aren't Nazis. So students, the phrase is being watered down. Right. So whenever an actual white supremacist or a Nazi comes on campus, we have to have law enforcement officers to protect students because they don't even know what a white supremacist is.
It's such an excellent point, Lexie, that we're throwing that word white supremacist around, and you know, it is getting diluted, and a lot of these kids don't know what that means. Now, what was the breakdown on the campus? I mean, we saw those protesters were they and that were saying those terrible things about our cops who are there to protect us. What are they? Were they a small minority, or were there other campus students there that were supporting the police officers while they were there protecting them?
Well, what you tend to see in a lot of media, what you tend to see on social media, on other news organizations, are the students who are trying to protest this organization in trying to protest these cops now. So on campus, these are the stories that you're going to hear about mostly. You're going to hear about the students who talk about how these police officers were walking around their campus in riot gear and were preventing students who wanted to protest from stepping off the sidewalk. But what they don't understand is that law enforcement is doing that for their protection. Yeah. And there are students who are upset that this organization was escorted into the building. But in reality, that's for student protection. Students are the top priority at that university. And yes, this group is important because they are citizens and law enforcement is there to protect them as well. But students are getting upset that they had police officers on their campus in riot gear. But in reality, they needed that to protect everyone involved.
Great point.
So the stories that we're going to see are the officers and how the officers are protecting the Nazis on campus.
Talk about undermining your message. Lexie, thank you so much. That was amazing insight this morning. And have a great day.
Thanks, Lexie.
Thank you so much.